Welcome, Cancer. This is your Love Scope reading for August 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly, and thank you so much for all the support you give me each and every day. Now, let's get right to the cards because um, you have incredible cards. I really see this empowerment coming, or the strength coming into being when it comes to love in your life. Um, there could be clarity. It could be making the right choices when it comes to love. Okay, we start with the Strength card. Now, this is your strength because it's in the first position. It's not like you need strength or you need to lean on your strength. Maybe you need to lean on your strength, but it's there already. You don't have to pull it up, I don't think. I think it's your aura, it's your light around you, that you have this strength, you have this vitality, you know what you want in love. You're, and with the Empress, you're making a lot of the decisions when it comes to love in your life, what your expectations are. Now, I see her sitting in this beautiful fancy dress, and, you know, if anybody should be a little bit indulgent, make sure that you are not doing it for somebody else this month, okay? Make sure that if you've got some extra money, you're not loaning it out to somebody, or you're not being imposed on, okay? It should be about you this month. It should be about being more indulgent on you and pampering yourself and treating yourself like you want somebody else to treat you. We have the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords here all together, okay? Now, the Seven of Wands is, this is your declaration. This is your strength. This is saying, this is the way I want it to be going forward. This is who I am going forward. This is what I need going forward. And it's almost like you are ready to put your first foot on that path going forward and expecting a new reality when it comes to love. And you are making that declaration maybe to yourself, maybe to a partner. And then we have the Eight of Cups next to it. So that's your creativity, your self-expression. And it's also a card that says, for many of you, love might be very beautiful right now in your life. But you shouldn't be resting on your laurels right now on what your expectation is in a relationship. This is where you are defining. This is where you are going forward. This is where you realize that you're getting into maybe a rut when it comes to love. You're allowing certain things to happen, or you're allowing somebody to impose their will or their judgment on your judgment and your will. And I think you stop it before it really gets going, which is admirable. This is, and because so often we let it slip and we let it slide, and then 3 years down the road we can't stand the person we're with because of what we allowed at the very beginning of the relationship or during the relationship. So I really see you, and we have the Knight of Swords here. So rushing out onto that battlefield, your sword raised, yelling charge more than likely. So there's an energy about you this month when it comes to love. You're going after it. You're demanding that it is on your terms. Now, if you're not in a relationship, this declaration is really going to enhance who you are, who you're going to meet. If you are in a relationship, you might have to have some conversations around what you really place your value on when it comes to love. We have these to the side cards, I almost think that there's something about finances here, because of these two cards. And I think I even said it a little bit maybe in the first couple of cards here. But, you know, the Page of Pentacles. Now, this is a money card, but you are looking into, and it's also a well-being card, you are looking into this pentacle as if it's a crystal ball. Now, on the top is two roses. One is red and one is white. So the red one is the courage, the strength, but the white one is more of the Empress kind of energy. And I think I glossed over her. I think maybe I need to actually go back and talk a little bit more about her. Okay, so it's kind of like you're looking into your crystal ball going forward of what you truly want in a relationship. I mean, I think there's a ton of clarity coming to you. I think that you understand um, what is needed in a relationship in order for you to feel content, in order for you to feel appreciated, in order for you to feel that happiness around you. Now, it's with the Wheel of Fortune, so this is closing doors and opening up new doors. So, and I've said it in almost every relationship reading already, and you know, I'm an advocate of, if you say I do, it's forever. And you go through hard times and you work it out and you keep the lines of communication open and you don't nitpick and you don't bicker. And if there's going to be a fight, it's going to be about something serious and that matters, that really matters going forward. But in the reality of the world, relationships don't always last. And you are closing a door here. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody that is in a relationship is going to be walking away from a relationship, but there could be one aspect of that relationship that where the door needs to close, where how you divvied up responsibilities or routines or who had the say about what in the relationship needs to change somehow. And you need to experience the relationship in a new light, okay, because that's the new door opening. Now, once again, it's finances here. With this deck, I always see this card leaning towards finances. So, you know, it could be well-being and whatnot, but I really think there's strong money ties here. And I think it's good money. So it could be money coming in. It could be a small windfall. It could be a court settlement. It could be starting your own business and maybe needing the money in order to start your own business and generating or creating wealth in some way. So I would have to say, you know, watch the spending this month. Make sure you are spending it on, if anything, on you and for something that is going to make you feel wonderful long term. So don't just go out and spend money just for the sake of spending it. You see something sparkly and so you buy that and then 3 days later you're not happy with it because you could have put that money into a better use. But there's a lot of clarity around you right now, and there's a lot of strength around you right now, and there's something to do with money around you right now. So I would have to say, don't try to impress somebody when it comes to your pocketbook. Okay, that's not going to keep them around. And if you close that pocketbook and that's when the complaining starts, that's when the frustration starts, that's when the arguments start, then you know that they're not into the relationship for you, they're into it for your pocketbook. And I mean, it could be all kinds of love relationships. It could be children coming to ask for a loan. I mean, you know, school's right around the corner for a lot of college and university kids. So they're like, no, I'm going to need tuition money. And sometimes we shouldn't be so free with our money to help them out, that sometimes it's the struggle that makes them great. And of course, we've always got our kids' backs and whatnot, but the struggle makes them great. The struggle makes them grow up and have responsibilities. So where they thought mom and dad were going to fill the pantry for them, you go, oh, well, no, you maybe should have taken a couple of extra shifts, or, and you're not going to let them starve or anything. But I don't think this is the week where you just write the check for them, or you give them a blank check, or a credit card in their name so that they're okay. I think that you maybe need to instill a little bit of worry and concern, and make them think about their path forward and their responsibilities and their obligations, and not make it yours. And who knows, with me feeling that they might actually learn to solve that problem without coming back with their hand open, and you end up helping them out anyways because you're going to, because you're the parent, right? But that's only one situation. I mean, if you're trying to wow somebody or woo somebody by spending money, that's definitely not the way to do it. I think you have a lot of clarity. I think that where you have been searching internally about love or self-expression, I think you have a mature understanding now of what you truly want in a relationship, what's needed in a relationship, how you feel that you need to be respected in a relationship. Um, and it comes through this month. So you might be having those conversations, but excuse me, but don't allow anybody to make you feel bad about a purchase, or how you spend your money, or what you want to spend your money on, especially if it's your own personal money that you bring in. Um, I- but it might not just be about money for somebody opposing you. It might be you want to start a business, or you want to go out and get a job, and your partner doesn't think that it's feasible, or you don't want to get a job, and they think that's not a realistic attitude to have. And I think that you really have to be strong. I think that you have your head on your shoulders very well. So really lean into your strength, your wisdom this month when it comes to love. Really make that declaration, if only to yourself, and that's whether you're in a relationship or not. Um, and make sure that you are making that declaration to yourself of what you demand in a relationship, what you want in a relationship, and have conversations around what isn't working, what is working. But don't let somebody push their limitations on you this month. Let's go back to the Empress just before I pull that card, because, I saw this as, this is the new beginnings. This is making the right choices. And this is making the right choices in a very strong and determined way. The Empress is one where she holds court for the kings and queens in each of the kingdoms that she oversees. And she listens to them. She understands where they're coming from. She looks at things through their perception. At the end of the day, though, she makes the ruling. She decides where the money is going, where the love is going, where the supplies are coming from, who gets what troops, who gets what backing, who has to give a little bit. And I think that's very much your role this month. And I think that you are more than capable of using that role in your life effectively, so that your path forward is paved as well as everybody else, because you're one of those caring signs that everybody, you care about everybody so much, and you really need to turn the focus into you. And you have to make that declaration to you. Absolutely. I think you see where things maybe need to be restructured, changed, doors closed, new doors opening. And that doesn't mean that you are separating and leaving relationships, but you're definitely changing the game plan. You're changing the rules. And I think it's for the better, because I think that you have a very clear attitude of what is needed to go forward. And I see with the Eight of Cups here, you know that some things in your life, in order to move forward from them, you have to give up maybe a sense of security, or it always being that way, and it's like a comfort zone that you've fallen into, so a rut, so to speak. And I think you're ready to expand. I think you're ready to shake things up. I think you are ready to rewrite the rules in a relationship. And I think with honest communication and planning and thinking about what you're going to say, I think that you'll be very successful in your approach and in what you end up doing. I mean, you're making the declaration. You're standing strong, but also you have this vitality, you have this energy, you have strength here. Let's see what the angels want to tell us. Oh my gosh, the Eight of Raphael again. I think somebody else had this. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. So it's all about you, making sure that you are doing things because it's right for you, not for somebody else this month. Um, and if you're just doing things to please people, I think what will end up happening is their expectation is that you always do those things for them, that you always take on that responsibility, or you always take on that obligation. I think you really need to do things for yourself this month. I think you need to be very strong. Um, Lean on your strength in order to have things go your way for you. A spiritual quest. So do what you think is right for you. Make sure that you are not doing things to please other people. I think that will just be something that people abuse this month for you. Not all the time. I mean, sometimes when you do things for other people, they raise you up on a pedestal and they adore you. But this isn't one of those months. This is one of those months where you really need to be selfish about your wants, your needs in the relationship, what you want other people to bring to the table. You know what you bring to the table, and this love and caring and tenderness and making sure that everybody is well taken care of. I mean, that's just who you are. And that's why they love you. But I think that sometimes people can get into a rut thinking that that is your responsibility, that is your obligation, that is what you've always done, and so we expect you to do it going forward. And I think that this month, in order to really find the happiness in love, that you really need to set some new ground rules going forward on the expectations they have of you. It's time to take care of you this month, love you this month, indulge in you this month. And I think as the month goes by, I see beauty, I see happiness, I see new beginnings and new starts and new doors opening for you. So I think that the conversations need to happen, the meditation needs to happen, the prayer needs to happen, and I think you need to allow your strength to lead the way this month and make that declaration, maybe just to yourself, but maybe for everybody around you. And when you're changing the rules like that and you're single, what happens is you change your energy, you change your light, and the right person is attracted to you to go forward with. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.